Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast, coming to you from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just a couple of guys drinking some beers, having some chow, and talking all things sports.
All right, so here we are, episode 18 at Gillis' Family Tavern. Second venue that we're doing right now. As you can see, we got quite a spread here. This keeps up, boys. Going to have a weight issue. We keep having the chow that's coming at us right now. Not that I'm complaining, but, enough's enough. I'll have to go for a jog after this.
It's Sunday, Big.
Sunday. Actually,
Sunday, fun day.
I got a little story. Shock.
Coach starting up with a story.
I got a meeting tomorrow night with a CrossFit place down in Vaughan. So I'm getting serious. Big's still gonna be big, but Big's gonna be a smaller version of Big. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Big and ripped.
Big and ripped.
Yeah?
Yeah, I gotta do something. It's a mess right now. It's not good.
So we want to thank Jimmy Gillis. We'll have him on to say hello, the owner of Gillis' Family Tavern, located in pretty much downtown Plymouth. It's at the old grist mill. Was Lucioso's. They opened up here. They probably took it over. What's it now been? Maybe a year, 8 months, something like that. Great spot. Beautiful outside like today. You can walk right up the from Brewster Gardens, right up the what's that called? What's that little river here? Out here. No.
Is it something to do with herring?
Yeah, like the herring.
Herring Run?
Yeah, Herring Run.
Yeah.
The lovely Lisa actually walked up here from the condo to enjoy with all our fans here, as you can tell in the background. But it's a great spot. Food's excellent. Coach loves the steak and cheese rolls. Dougie, I think, wanted the old dip. Did you want that dip? You like that?
Yeah, I'm a big Buffalo.
And I'm a big fan of their chicken quesadillas. But we had them on before. They've got some of the best wings in Plymouth. They have good pizzas, but they also have really good salads. Just a good spot to come. Good place to watch a game. Always great staff, and highly recommend it.
And I want to point out, normally I'm drinking either a Bud Light can or a bottle, but I went with the draft. Drafts are like, if they're good, they're good. If they're not good, they're really not good. These are good. So I'm going to give Gillis' Family Tavern plus on the draft. So
welcome, everybody.
Gentlemen.
Thank you. Sponsorships.
Yes.
Let's go.
Bud Light draft.
And thanks again to all our wonderful fans.
All right. So, is Jaylen Brown worth the supermax?
No. Not even close. And if they think they're going to pay him, they may as well trade him.
So,
The man can't drop.
So my only thing is, if
To his left.
So my only thing is, if you're going to get rid of Jaylen, I feel like it has to be a 1-for-1. It can't be a get rid of Jaylen and get 3 pieces back. So who is in that pool who would have the ability to do something?
We're doing a little podcast. I like Damian Lillard. I like Damian Lillard.
But he's old.
He's better than Jaylen Brown.
So the name I heard thrown out yesterday, Van Fleet.
Yeah. Oh, Van Fleet.
Does he play for Portland now?
Oh, you mean I live down the street. Good spot. I don't know what the numbers look like, but he was a very good player. I don't know how he's doing lately. Van Fleet for Brown. But I don't know. What's going on? They don't know what we're doing?
No, they were checking it out. It was nice, yeah. They're one of the fans. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing's blowing up.
Paparazzi,
What are you
What are you going to do?
Again, it's tough when I parked today because I had to park a little further away than normal because of this bus.
I was like, oh, man.
So then I was like, jeepers, autographs coming in, it was out of control. I'm like...
So I can't go out in this town without somebody recognizing me.
That's right, of course. But I don't know. I think I agree. He can't dribble, but I don't know what the option is, though.
That's my thing. So like I said, it would have to be a 1-for-1, and then the guy was second team All NBA, and he can't dribble.
To his left.
You know what the travesty is?
And Miami was well coached, so
You
they
know who
forced
was
was left.
third team NBA? Jimmy Butler.
That was old.
Who, by the way, is about to get eliminated
He is.
tonight. And if I had to listen to Felga and Maz and all they wanted to do, can you come up with other material? Do you think I want to listen every time? What do I care if Miami wins or not? I could care less. The culture in Miami. What are we talking about? The culture in Miami. They haven't won anything since LeBron left. I'm like, you got to, just like we said before, Butler, what's he won? What's he won? Nothing. So stop. All week, all I could hear was after they beat Denver in Game 2. The culture, they're tougher, they're this. Jokic is single-handedly embarrassing them, and they're going to blow them out tonight.
Tomorrow.
No, it's tonight.
No, Monday night.
Oh, they switched it to this Monday. That's why I was pissed, because it was the double day off. But I just worry. I don't see what your options are. I do like that I heard out there, but I don't know if that's even a reality. But I would definitely trade Marcus Smart for Chris Paul. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yep. They need a point guard.
Oh, hold on. You want to be on the podcast?
Go ahead, say hi, Dave. Come on. Just say hello.
Not yet.
It's our lovely waitress, Maeve Gillis.
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah,
great.
we're live.
Just
We're
give it a
rolling.
wave. You don't have to say it.
Right there.
Oh, you're on camera too?
Yeah. Roger Williams grad, like my daughter Grace.
What was the major?
PR.
PR? What's that? Public relations?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm over here, though.
So we should talk, because the Big and Small podcast needs some more public relations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need a social media presence.
Oh, yeah.
We need a logo.
Yeah,
we need merch.
They were
Let's go.
lacrosse teammates at one point. Yeah, all kinds of interesting tidbits about their little.
No, big and small. For obvious reasons.
I think we're good. You need anything? You want another draft?
I'll have another draft.
I do.
Have a pineapple, please.
Yeah, while you're at it, I might as well. But yeah, they need a point guard. They need a point
We
guard.
need a point.
I think
How old's Chris
I
Paul? He's old. Like 34, I think. He's like 6, 7 years old.
I just think it's interesting, though. But to Coach's point, do I think Jaylen Brown is worth the supermax? No. But do I think you're going to have to give it to him? Yes. Unless you come up with some crazy blockbuster that I don't see out there on the horizon.
38.
Yeah. He's in the back end of his career.
Back end. 38.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Lowry than him.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't trade him straight up for Marcus Smart. It'd be a bad deal.
Age-wise, you're probably right.
Bad deal.
So they have all the talent, obviously, now, correct? They should have been at least in the finals this year, if not winning it. My question is there a move that they can do that can get them closer to the title without taking away from the talent aspect of it?
Well, one move that would be simple, but they have no balls, is a brand new coach. Because, you got Mr. Division II guy leading you. I don't think that's going to get it done. Sorry, it's not. How many Division II coaches have won the NBA title? I'm going to say 0. So, no. They need a coach. That could be move number 1. Pretty simple move, too.
You're really missing Ime now, huh?
I missed him when he did what he did. The guy was the best.
But where did Missoula play in college?
I don't know where he played in college, but he coached Division II.
Oh, yeah. But he played Division I. I thought you meant.
Yeah, no, he was a Division II coach, and that's what Stevens picked him up.
Yeah.
He liked him. Now all of a sudden he's the head coach himself. So what are we doing?
Well, I think what they did is, they brought in two veterans, another one too, another veteran who I didn't recognize his
Which is
name.
embarrassing.
But I think it's odd. Exactly.
I mean, what name Sam Cassell your head coach? Is Missoula like
I just wonder if he doesn't want to be one. He's never been one.
Sam Cassell?
Yeah. So he likes that role. He likes that Jason.
By the way, hey, little trivia.
He played for West Virginia.
Yeah. He was on those real good teams with Haskins is the coach, Bobby.
So he just rode the coattails of the good guys.
I got a trivia.
No, he was a good college player. He was
You
just
won't know
undersized.
this. You won't know this. Who was Sam Cassell's backcourt mate in college at Florida State?
Oh God, good one.
I'll give you a hint. He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, Charlie Wood.
Charlie Wood.
Yeah. I watched that the other day,
You
especially
know
on
who Charlie
Charlie.
Wood is?
No.
He played for the Knicks. Charlie
Yeah,
Wood.
yeah, great. He had a good career,
The New York Knickerbockers?
Thank you, man.
and he won the Heisman Trophy.
You want to
He was unbelievable. Yeah, thank you, man. They had,
Thank you.
yeah. So we'll see what happens with them with the Celts. But I think you're right, though, Doug. The other thing is the thing that's interesting though about Miami, which concerns me, and this is dragging a little bit, but what's his name? Depot didn't even play,
Oladipo?
and he's a good player.
Yeah, but he's had some bad knee problems.
I know, but when he's on, he's good. So,
He is, but he's not what he was.
but that's a loss for them. But we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But Denver's tough.
Missoula won the national championship in 2007
Yeah.
In Division 2.
What was it?
West Virginia.
Yeah, the coach was.
as a freshman.
Yeah, the coach is Huggins, right? He used to be he was at Cincinnati.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, as a freshman at West Virginia, Missoula helped win 2007 national. Oh, they won the NIT. They won the NIT under Coach Joe Bellion.
NIT, I mean,
So maybe Huggins was
Ryan
after.
Miro team almost won the
And then in 2008, Missoula had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists in the second round upset of Duke.
All right.
BFD.
No, I understand that, but then going back to,
And I don't know how that
it's
makes him a
just
good coach.
every single game, it's solidifying it even more. Jokic is a monster. The guy's unbelievable.
He's the 7-foot Larry Bird.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, and he never gets tired.
Because he doesn't run.
So he's only 28 years old. He has 10 triple doubles this postseason. In his postseason career, he shoots. This is all of his postseason games. He shoots 47% from free, averages 13 rebounds and 10 assists in the postseason.
We have a triple double.
He's the best.
Crazy.
He's the best player in the NBA.
Should have been the MVP.
No doubt about it. He wins his title, man.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. I watched them play the other night.
Murray stuff too. The kid,
They're good. They're but the whole team knows they move. There's a scheme.
yeah.
There's a scheme.
I
on
like the
offensive
coach.
end.
All right, let's go to the Celtics.
Celtics?
I'm sorry, Patriots. It is reported that DeAndre Hopkins has an official visit scheduled with the New England Patriots this upcoming week.
So
What do we think? Do we think it's another just trying to get into the...
Well, I think if they're able to pull the trigger on that, it's exactly what they need. Because that makes Smith-Schuster a 2. That makes Bourne more effective. It opens it up for the tight ends. I mean, it would be exactly what they need. However, I think it's optics. Because they've never, I mean, word out is this guy doesn't like to practice. He's a one-dimensional.
Practice.
He doesn't have the speed.
He doesn't need to practice.
He doesn't-
Iverson didn't practice.
He doesn't have speed. He's more of a 50-50 guy. So I don't think they'll pull the trigger. He had a problem with O'Brien in Houston. So I think it's optics. I think it's another stupid thing, like the whole thing with Jackson, where the Patriots are in, the Patriots are in, the Patriots are in, until they're not. I think it's a bunch of crap. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong too, but I think it is. I think it is something. Give them a little press and kick the tires and look like they're doing things. But they have the money, and other teams don't.
That's the thing, they do have the money.
And if to your point, he comes in, he's automatically a number one. I mean, that changes everything. You've got 2 solid tight ends. You've got good backs. Your receiving core with him added to that group with Juju. I mean, that's a whole different world. You're talking you got 4 legitimate guys there. Never mind if Thornton continues to improve, and they're talking he's banged it out in the weight room all offseason. But you still have Kendrick Bourne there. He can get going in a real offense. Thornton kid. You've got Juju. You got Devontae. What's his name? Baca.
Yep.
I mean, that's a legitimate receiving core all of a sudden with that absolute stretch the field guy. which to your point, completely opens up your play action.
And the side end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's mainly your play action on that. A lot of that stuff. And then where's your run game? You can't commit to the run game, and their run game's always pretty solid. I mean, I still am horrified by the offensive line, though, Doug. I got to tell you, I just don't see. I don't see how they're piecing that together. There's just way too many holes, and there's zero depth. And without an offensive line, simply you don't win.
We'll see.
Come on, quick, before you go. Say hi. Say hi.
Right over here next to our coach. And just say, welcome to,
Yeah, just make sure you're talking to the mic.
So we already mentioned your name. So this is we welcome, happy to have on.
Jimmy Gillis.
This is Jimmy
We
Gillis.
already introduced him outside when you were in the lingerie party.
Yeah, I know, but that was not the podcast. That was
But we still introduced him.
yeah, but that's a different thing.
Well, yeah, okay.
You have to be following both sites, so don't forget.
Part of his contract.
This is the pod. This is Big and Small Podcast on YouTube. Can be found on YouTube. Big and Small Pod, which is what you were just on, Jimmy, is on Instagram. So for all our millions of viewers, just so you know where you see all this stuff is there. So yeah, I was going to say if you want to say anything about.
So let's do it this way. All right, I'll make it easy for you. All right?
I like things easy.
Yeah, it's like me and you sitting down having a chat. So like, what made you buy this? Lucio's. Wow.
Actually bought it for Brendan because he was putting all those hours in time. My son Brendan doing all his time and I was down at East Bay Grill. And when the opportunity came up that the prior owner was moving to Florida, we decided to jump in. So,
Have you ever been involved with a restaurant before?
yes, we used to own Pearl Island that was in Faneuil Hall. And then we sold that to Dick's Last Resort.
Oh yeah,
And
I didn't know that.
Didn't realize I was going to be out of my mind to do this a second time.
So how long has it been now? About 8 months?
So yeah, we bought it in October. We closed it in February, right after the Super Bowl. We did what I call live bar rescue.
Yeah.
And for 2 weeks, we took everything out, cleaned it up, did the floors over, did all the electrical, changed all that, did the kitchen completely over.
Bunch of TVs.
And all new TVs, all new smart TVs, and then the specialty one, which you guys know is on 475-inch screens.
I saw that.
Shows all
That's
the
awesome.
one big game, or when March Madness is on, you can have 4 games.
Love that.
You know,
So do you guys do everything in house, or did you like call somebody to come in and and then you're like connected all the TVs and everything?
yeah, we had a guy come in. A tech guy comes in, he's the one that told us put a whole new system in, new music, all the speakers, TVs, cameras, we went right from took it from the bones and put it back up, put all the hardware on top of the bars, new chairs, tables, basically just
Total renovation.
yeah. The only thing that did not change is the food, and then we added on the new menu, what I call the healthy menu, which you got your fish, steak, chicken, all kinds of salads,
Yeah.
soups.
Soups,
Of course, we
good
still
veggies.
have their famous wings and pizza.
Yeah.
That we never got away from, and still trying to compete with KK's. And that's just a joke, but they get awesome wings too.
No, I mean, doing it for that was.
Yeah, we were talking about because we had you rated in our top 3 wigs.
Yeah.
You were in that,
Thank you.
but that was around the entire state. That included like Buff's Pub in Newton, where you've probably been to Buff's.
It actually included Rochester.
Rochester, New York, we had in there. So we put you right up there. We had you with
The best, the best.
yeah. So it's nice, but yeah. So Brendan, his son, was at East Bay, like Jimmy said, for a long time. Obviously,
12 years.
an excellent restaurant here, and which was kind of fun. We were down there for his birthday Friday night, and he had a great experience. He's doing a tremendous job here, and also Mike.
Manager Mike and Faye.
Yeah, Mike and Faye. Yeah,
They're awesome. They came with the place.
Yeah.
And completely bought into what we were doing, and their hard work is really good. everybody comes in asking for them. You know, they're tremendous.
The bartenders are wonderful. It's Kirsten, right?
Yeah,
Kirsten.
the whole wait staff, everybody's good.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's us, Doug.
Somebody at the,
That's Jimmy's other son, Doug.
That's my son Duncan.
Went to school with Grace as well, my daughter.
Yeah, Roger Williams. Also, my daughter Maeve that works here.
Yeah,
also
we just had her on a little bit.
Oh, she was on?
a little bit.
And then I have
So
to
it
drop-
truly
I
is
have
a
to drop
family
her
business.
pay.
Truly is a family business.
It's a family business.
Yeah.
Everybody works.
Beautiful spot. Like we said before, it's a must go in the town of Plymouth in the historical gristmill, one of the most famous buildings. It's as you know, Plymouth is America's hometown. This is where it all began, people. So make sure you see that, and you can also get a nice meal and a soda or two.
You have plenty of parking.
Plenty
Yes,
of fun.
that's the biggest thing is the parking.
Huge.
And the path that goes by here takes everybody right out to the waterfront, the marina. So it's a beautiful view. And then you come back and have lunch, dinner, or whatever you like. Sit out on the deck if you want on a beautiful day like today.
Awesome.
And yeah,
It's a good spot.
Yeah.
Very good spot.
Jimmy, thanks for letting us come down and do the pod today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. This was awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks for having us anytime.
we'll see you back here another time.
You bet. You bet.
Definitely during football
Can't wait
season.
for football. You get
Oh, yeah.
cranked up with all the things.
Well, you know what we should do is we'll do a big kickoff.
Yeah,
Football season, so we'll do a big kickoff here.
that'd be awesome. Yeah. We'll get some people to come up from the crowd. Maybe they want to, have a question or want to make a
Do
comment.
like a little pregame picks.
Like
We
that.
can do who likes it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Who likes what game and all that stuff.
Yes.
Go over. That'd be interesting. I like it. Good
That would
concept.
actually be really good. Do all the picks. And,
Yeah.
So,
We actually do this in the segment, Jimmy, coming up. So we actually do our we do picks.
What's our record?
22-14-2.
What's our record? Pretty good.
yeah.
That?
You're winning money, you know?
Over 50%.
Yes.
All right. What's our next segment? Feel free to stay, Jimmy, for a while.
Did you finish Pats? You good with Pats?
I think we go with Pat.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want you on. We want Hopkins here. That's it.
All right,
Oh, the
well,
only thing I want to say about the Pats, sorry. The Boston media, I can't take it anymore. We talked about this earlier. Come up with some new material. Bring someone like Jimmy on. Go to a restaurant. Do something. But stop talking about Mac Jones and Bill Belichick don't get along. It's embarrassing. They don't know that. It's ridiculous. It's just bad, lazy broadcasting. It's lazy. It's lazy. We want to talk.
Trying to make a soap opera out of it.
It's soap opera, so they have something to talk about. And that's why, especially Zolak and Beto, I mean, they're completely lost right now. They don't know what to talk about. They don't know anything about hockey.
they can't wait till football's here.
They know nothing about hockey. Celtics getting bounced killed them, and they sure in hell know nothing about baseball.
Well, the Red Sox suck, so there's not real much to
Yeah,
talk
but at least you can critique it a little better and have an idea. I can guarantee you get Zolak in here right now, and I'd ask him to name 5 Red Sox. He couldn't even name 5.
I agree with you.
Now
You have
that's
to describe them. He's like, oh, the second baseman guy.
Japanese guy.
the guy with the pants jacked up.
Yeah. The guy with the pants up here,
But come up with some new content. Stop the drama. It's boring. We need answers. We want to have some real content.
So we'll segue that into the Red Sox. So as of last night, the Red Sox are 4.5 games out of the wild card.
Well, it's amazing that they're that bad and still technically in it. It's scary.
They look like a little league team out there. It is Red Sox-Yankees weekend.
Sunday night baseball tonight. Sunday night baseball tonight. They're
That's
on.
going to be my
Yes.
pick, by the way.
I was just looking that up right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be my pick, by the way.
Okay.
I'm going to the Yankees.
All right. Well, I'm going against them. I believe the Sox pull it out tonight.
Cool. Okay.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah, the Sox are going to pull it out tonight.
Who's going? Who's pitching for each club?
Well, right now you got Brian Bello,
Yeah.
right, which is young.
I like him.
But he looks like he's got some stuff. He's got a little learning to do, but he's young, he's good. And then the other guy is Blake Smith. which he's 2-6. So he's having a tough year himself. And I don't know, he's probably looks like he's given up 10 home runs.
Yeah,
All right, he's going to give up 3 more tonight.
I like it.
That's my call.
All right.
How big of underdogs are they? So Yankees minus 150.
Dougie, you should have done that on the live rail. That would have been interesting.
So the way you want to do this is you have your money line and then there's the run line. Well, the Sox are plus 1.5 tonight. So how do you not take them in a rival game? We're all professional athletes, and it's going to be a close game. And Devers is going to ding them home. He's going to hit 2 dingers tonight.
Oh,
I like it.
Dingers.
oh.
Who's the third one? I'm not sure.
Yoshida.
We need a new guy. We need someone coming up in the back.
Well, maybe, you know who's due for one? He's back. He played the other day, and he's going to really help the club. Is Duvall.
Yeah.
Duvall might get one out. He looked good all right the other
Wasn't
night.
he here a few years ago, too?
No.
Played for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Very, very
Then he got hurt. He hurt his wrist. That's why it was bad. But
Why did I think he played for the Sox? Who else had a name similar to his that was with the Sox?
Who's the center fielder that was from steroid guy?
Who was the center fielder last year for the
Oh,
Sox?
now. I mean, before Duvall got back, the steroid guy.
Durant.
Durant.
He got Durant.
Steroid guy.
Yeah.
You seen a picture of him lately?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Fat?
No fat.
Oh, he's muscular.
Like he's chiseled out of granite.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And then Ricky, yeah, he's been in the weight room. Okay.
Hey, hard work can pay off, my friend.
He's down in the corner.
Like overnight.
Well, you know who's in amazing shape? You ever see Herschel Walker?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
He is in amazing shape for his age.
And he only does like his own weight.
Yeah, he does strictly push-ups, he said. He doesn't use weights. He does every type of push-ups.
It's an amazing story. Have you ever seen that 30 for 30
I haven't
on
seen
ESPN?
this, no.
That, look it up. That is a must-see.
So do you ever remember he had an interview right after?
Because he had disabilities, He got picked on as a kid. And then he turned into like a lunatic, working on his own. He'd run up against the trains. He was like a little fat kid.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he... I'm just saying. Hey, we're eating like fat kids tonight. Let's go. Let's
So do
go.
you remember when he was in Georgia? And he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he's got all these rushing records. And he says the only person he's ever lost to in a race was his sister. She was an All-American track athlete at Georgia. I think she was All-American.
Yeah, because you know what he had? He had a speech impediment.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why he got picked on. Then he overcame it. But he also was part of the greatest trade in the history of the NFL that made Jimmy Johnson and the Dallas Cowboys the biggest lopsided trade of all time. And Walker was a good, solid pro. He was not he was very good, but he wasn't like outrageous.
You'd be surprised at the numbers he put up, though.
Yeah.
He's in the same
Oh, is he a Hall of Fame guy?
Oh, yeah.
Is Herschel Walker a Hall of Fame guy? I think he is.
I don't know.
I've been
Gotta
there.
be, right?
That's Toronto. I used to live there.
Herschel Walker has to be a Hall of Fame.
He was a horse. I mean, he carried a lot of carries.
So I always
Didn't
thought
win
the
many
Cow-
games, though.
I thought the Cowboys totally used him wrong. They used him as a kick returner.
Yeah.
They had him like
He was the fastest guy in the team.
Yeah.
Look at these idiots. Look at this. People on the side of the.
That's a ride. That's a ride.
I wouldn't. No way.
yeah.
No way. I couldn't
Are you
even stand it.
serious?
But the other thing about Herschel Walker, because we talk about it, because I'm a big fan. I don't know. You watch it all, Jimmy? The USFL and the XFL?
Yeah, I watched a little bit.
I like it. The USFL is good. I watched the game a little
I don't
yesterday.
think there's anything wrong with it. I think the only reason I don't really watch it is I don't know who the hell any of them are.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
yeah. You have
We
to.
don't have a team here to kind of pick up the focus.
Yeah, because we talked about this before. Because you remember when I used to go out, you probably did too, with the old Boston Breakers in the original USFL.
Actually, do you know where they used to practice? At Curry College.
I didn't know that.
And we lived in High Park, and that's the borders High Park.
Yeah,
We were up there all the time.
yeah.
I won't tell you the story this time.
Yeah, we'll do that offline, Jimmy.
We had a lot of footballs in our backyard.
Yeah, I used to take the train into Nickerson when they played at BU.
Yeah.
But anyway, Herschel Walker, when he first came out of Georgia as the number one, probably maybe the greatest college running back of all time, he, maybe Barry Sanders was after the fact, but he went to, he was with the New Jersey Generals
Yes.
in the USFL.
Owned by
Owned
That's
by.
why he's still good friends with Donald.
Yeah.
He calls him Donald.
Yeah, he actually ran for office as a Republican,
You did, yeah.
and he just barely lost, right?
He lost.
But wasn't it a runoff or something?
It wasn't.
But you know who the quarterback was of that team? The Jersey
Yes, I
team?
do. Steve.
Nope.
No.
Steve Young.
New Jersey
New Jersey
Steve Young
Generals.
played for Houston. New Jersey Generals was.
No, Steve Young played for the LA Express.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Jersey Generals was the one and only Doug Flutie.
Oh yeah, but he not then though.
Yeah.
He played in Canada first.
No, played
He went
USFL
to
first.
Played there first.
Yeah. Then he
Then he went up to Canada.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's some good stuff. That USFL, like I say, good product, but yeah, good stuff.
They actually, that first year, if you look at all the guys that they drafted, those are all the All-Stars in the NFL.
Yes.
After it, you know what I mean? There's a ton.
Yeah, Jim Kelly was the gambler. Was Houston. So you're talking. It's insane. We went over this one other broadcast, but the guys who played in that league did something like that played originally in the USFL. There was, I think, there are originally played in the USFL. I think 6 are now in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, it was a legit league.
Yeah, Bruce Smith, Steve Young, Jim Kelly.
There's a reason why it folded.
No, because Trump, frankly, made a big mistake. Because they wanted to move it. They moved it. They took it out of the spring, and he moved it to the fall. And they got beat down in that. It was a big mistake. Because he was trying to push, I get it as a business guy, but he was trying to push like a merger. That's what they wanted. Like the old AFC, the old National Football League. The NFL. That's what happened. Yeah. That's what we talked about, how that game, that merger, like some people say that game might have been fixed with Joe Namath because they needed the AFL to win a big game.
That's the first time I ever heard that
Yeah.
game being fixed.
Yeah.
Really? It can't be any worse than the referee now.
Oh.
Right?
No, but I think the Colts were 18-point favorite to make it. And they lost.
The only thing I could say about now is they still got scored on.
Right.
You can't cheat by getting scored on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The penalties. But you think about the Super Bowl with San Francisco and Kansas City. There was not one holding call in that whole game.
Until the end.
No one's ever played a football game without holding. I don't care if it's Pop Warner, high school, college, or pros. There's holding in every play.
Yeah.
If they didn't do any holding, in fact, Mahomes can run around.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Impossible.
And I'd like to know when they came up with pass interference when the guy is 5 yards ahead of you. Remember at halftime?
I'm with you 100%. It's gross.
Yeah, they're trying to tell us that's pass interference.
Yeah, gross.
What game were you watching?
Right.
What
Gross.
game were you watching?
Yeah, I said that. I said that wasn't pass interference because he was on the line of scrimmage.
And I'll tell you right now, if this new league really comes about, the NFL's in trouble because everybody knows they're cheating. Everybody, it's blatant. You know, what was the other game when...
Jesus, did you have Jimmy on purpose today?
No, I didn't, but I love it.
Because he's the
I didn't,
biggest
but I love
conspiracy
it.
guy on earth.
So,
Every week he brings something up.
But
That's
here's
great.
my thing. Conspiracy...
Well, he would know.
You've actually seen it.
Things aren't legit, he would know.
Do you know what I mean? When you see it right in front of your face, it's not conspiracy. Do you remember what was the other Super Bowl with the pass interference and they never called it? And he hit him like three steps too early.
Yeah.
What, no, was it the NFC Championship?
Yes.
New Orleans?
Yes.
Oh, that was gross.
And Sports Illustrated showed a picture from one end of the end zone all the way down.
Yep.
It shows the refs. They all have their flag in their hand to throw the flag, but none of them threw the flag. Why is that?
Crazy.
Everybody, the whole nation seen that was pass interference.
Totally.
He hit him before the ball even came close to me.
Right.
Unbelievable.
So That's to me is why the NFL is in trouble, because if a good league comes out, people are going to start paying attention to it.
Well, I mean, the XFL, the new rules, the rules they have, is way better than the NFL. You know, for special teams, overtime, all that stuff. It's way better than the NFL. I mean, yeah, you're right. The NFL's in trouble. I mean,
And they're reviewing.
and they're,
How they review.
the thing about the
They just
NFL
have the eye in the sky. It's nice.
there's
It's
just
actually
so
this
much
fast.
money in gambling.
Do you remember Belichick said that? Why will you just review certain plays and not others? That makes no sense. So in other words, you're going to pick and choose how you want to do it.
Because they don't want 5-hour games.
And if you remember maybe 5 or 6 years ago, before the season started, they already announced that they were going to have more passing interference calls to protect the players. So before the games even started, you already know you're throwing flags.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't hate
It's crazy. But we'll see. But America watching. That's why I say the NFL, I've said it for years, Jimmy, we say in this podcast, nobody would ever watch the NFL if there was no such thing as gambling.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nobody would watch it.
I just said the same thing on lacrosse. All my kids played lacrosse, and I told them the Major League Lacrosse will not be anything until you can gamble on it.
Yep.
No one will pay attention to it.
Nope.
They'll play the game. If you can't gamble on it, no one's interested.
Totally.
Right. No, you're 100% right. And, because the product itself sucks.
Yep.
I mean, if it wasn't for fantasy
College football,
and
way better.
wagering, you know,
Well, even like the kickoff, you know, all that they want to get rid of the kickoff. And basically, this is not football anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you know back, I think it was say in the 50s, what a touchdown really is? When you cross that line, you're supposed to put the ball on the ground. So you take someone like Reggie Bush that dove on the line and just reach their hand over like that, and hell of a touchdown. When I was a kid, that was a touchdown.
Yeah.
You're out of bounds.
yeah, put the ball down.
He flew in the air, remember that? It's an awesome picture when you see him floating in the air like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's what gets the fans upset. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the same game it used to be. The only one that believes that's a real football game is the new kids that are 10, 11 years old. They don't know any different.
Yeah.
Like, what about the linemen? When the linemen are pushing the running back and how they can pull it?
Yeah.
That was never allowed.
No. I thought they were going to change that rule.
I hope they did.
Yeah. But,
Because it's kind of more like rugby when you start doing that, you know?
oh, yeah, it's crazy. And I think it's dangerous, too, frankly. Get these big dudes on the pile, and now you get some, you win your battle, and all of a sudden you go from there. But so we'll see with the Pats. It's at least we'll have something to watch as we go. What do we got next, Doug?
Bruins.
Boston Bruins. What do you
Well,
got?
basically, indirectly, what does it say about the Bruins if Cassidy wins? If Cassidy doesn't blow 3-1. Like, what does it say about that?
Well, how many years was Cassidy involved? And how many Stanley Cups did he win? So, it says nothing about Cassidy. He had the right mix, the right players, the right time this year, and he's going to win. He's going to win Stanley Cup. He was a great coach. Always was a great coach. But is he a right coach for the Bruins right now? No. Montgomery.
So, what do you think? What do you think the actual narrative is going to be about it?
Well, they're all going to say the Bruins are babies.
Yep.
And, if they had Cassidy here and they had some balls, they would win. But where were these people when they were setting records during the regular season, winning all those games? Montgomery's the next best thing to sliced bread. Right? So now all of a sudden Cassidy's going to win the Stanley Cup. Oh, all the Bruins are babies and they all suck.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think he brought them into the playoffs the correct way? Regular season's one thing.
No, I think Montgomery made a lot of mistakes in the playoffs. We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
With the personnel and the goaltending and everything. He made mistakes in the playoffs. He admittedly made mistakes.
See,
But
that's
I
a
think
good
he's
sign.
the right guy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a good sign. When you
Yeah.
admit you made a mistake
He
and
admitted
adjust to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we've kicked that to death about how they blew that. Because still, what has me pissed is they're winning 3-1
Yeah.
against Florida, and you choke it as bad as you did is unbelievable. Because they should be sitting there. And frankly, the Bruins against Vegas, healthy Bruins, would have been a better matchup. But it's
Well, looking at it now in Vegas' talent, it looks like it kind of would have been a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, would have been a good.
would have been awesome, and it would have had way better ratings But but
I think it's funny that you said that would have been a heavyweight fight. Because one of my things I noticed with the Bruins, they seem to be very timid.
Yeah, they don't hit.
They weren't hitting. I didn't know if they were all beat up in a sort of way, but
Game 7, we said this stat too. Game 7 against Florida, David Pastrnak was your leading hits getter with 4 hits.
yeah,
The defense had like none.
that's why Florida's where they are now.
yeah. But that's part with Montgomery. Like I didn't like we talked about like Cassie's a very good coach, and he got a good mix of guys out there. He's got some real, grinder, veterans, skill guys who are tough. They're tough. He managed a goalie situation there well. I think we talked about this before. The reason why he was the fall guy with the young guys. I don't think it's a big Bergeron thing, as the media likes to portray. I think it's a Don Sweeney thing, because Don Sweeney was getting buried for his draft picks because they consistently were not panning out. And DeBrusque was like a metal like this. Frederick wasn't panning out. These guys, McAvoy, good pick, but he was getting killed with that. And so the question is, whose fault is that? So if he maybe was talking to Bergeron, those guys tight, why are these guys not developing? I don't know if they ratted out Cassidy or not, but the point is, they might have been like, they're too tight. They're too tight. Cassidy doesn't give them any rope. Every time they make a mistake, they get blasted. He never blamed the veterans. They got pulled, and they weren't developed. I think the whole move had to do with developing talent. And in fairness to Montgomery, his style, they're a much more freewheeling style, especially you get away with that in the regular season. We talked about this. But in a positive for him, Frederick, best year of his career.
Yeah.
DeBrusque, best year of his career. So maybe some of these young guys.
You love Frederick.
No, I love him. That's why it cost him the series.
You love them a little too much.
But what bothers me the most, to your point, and our point about the physicality, all that's fine and good. How bad? That's a coaching thing. Like, if you don't go on the ice and hit something right now, go ahead in the locker room. That's simple. That's simple. But to not see that and just want to keep going with it and see what's going to happen, and then to do your lineups in Game 6 and 7, we can't get on that road anymore.
No, Rick had some bad
I'm exhausted.
dreams about that.
I'm exhausted.
Can't do it anymore.
He'll get all red. He'll forget to breathe when he talks.
Nope.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Good time.
Thank you.
And
All right.
College World Series?
Yeah, let's just give a quick update. Doug, you got to, I'm kind of a little bit out of it, but as far as.
Lynchburg won the D3 World Series, beating Johnny Hopkins. D2, I don't know who won D2. I don't know if it's still going
Angelo
on.
State.
Who?
Angelo State beat Rollins. Good friend of ours, John Shogun's the head coach of Rollins.
Long time, great coach.
They lost in the finals. I grew up with John Shogun. He coached against him, with him, played with him, right?
Well, I just knew him because of recruits, and he actually, we had a mutual connections. And one of my, thank you, man. One of my, yeah, great stadium. A buddy of mine, one of my old teammates was the head coach there before him.
Yeah.
Actually, Bobby
So
Wright.
Johnny Shogun, I'll give you a little thing. Johnny Shogun had a bad bout with cancer.
Who?
John Shogun, head coach of Rollins. He had a bad bout with cancer. Like jaw cancer in his mouth and throat.
Okay.
He had him in throat cancer. Kicked it. He got past it. This dude's tough.
Wow.
Tough as nails. Great guy. I grew up with him. Like really good friends, married to his sister. Real tight with John Shogun. But another shout out to Southern New Hampshire, who lost in the semifinals.
Yep.
And Cam Kerr, Plymouth kid, played there. Who actually this year, I want to point it out that he's tied for the most home runs in program history with 14.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, Cam, he's a junior, so he's got another year next year as a senior. And they've been to the World Series 3 years in a row. Southern New Hampshire. So I'm sure they're going to be, knocking on the door again next year.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
They do a nice job.
And that kid,
Father's a local police officer, and he actually plays it. He's played at Gillis's, and I was here for it, for the grand opening. He's part of the Plymouth, what do you call it, the police...
they play the bagpipe.
The bagpipe corps.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Great local family. Cam's the epitome of not a big kid. You wouldn't look at him and say that's a really premier college athlete, but he got the weight run. He worked his way into the player ranks.
Yeah.
He really did. Good story.
Great story.
Yeah, so
And
probably
that,
the Super Regionals is still going on right now, so about this time next week, Omaha should be in full swing.
Yeah. That's all I give a shout out. You mentioned Wake Forest rolled today. And Cole Rowland, one of my former players, is still alive pitching for Wake Forest. So excited for him. Good luck. Hopefully they make it to Omaha. Father's a good dude. Mom, really nice family. His sister was a great athlete too, one of his sisters. Other sister was good friends with James. And one other shout out, well, in the Division III, obviously my son's team, Endicott. Great run, guys, again. To get there is unbelievable, to be in the top 8 in the country. And congratulations on your fantastic run. And we'll, sorry you got bounced out of there, but that's something to be proud of and you'll always remember. Plus they got pretty cool trophies. These NCAA Super Regional trophies is cool. And one other little shout I want to throw, just because friend of mine is Northwestern women's lacrosse won the national championship.
Against, I think, an Ivy League team, right? I think it beat an Ivy League team.
Was it an Ivy League team? It wasn't.
Was it Yale?
It might have been Yale. Or was it BC was there?
Maybe it was BC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
It
anyway,
was a local time.
there were a lot of Thayer players in those games. But Dylan graduated with my daughter Grace. They were teammates with Annie Zakauskas as the head coach. She's done a great job there. And Dylan is her dad's Tony Amonte, and who was the coach at Thayer Academy. And Mama Lori, very nice family. And it's her aunt is Kelly Amonte, who's a legendary Hall of Fame coach at Tony's sister at Northwestern.
Wow.
So pretty cool. What a story.
Tony Monte is also a scout for the Florida Panthers.
He is.
So
full circle.
So we had mentioned Wake Forest just absolutely rolled Alabama. 13 home runs in that game.
Oh,
Well,
what stadium was it in?
It was at Wake Forest.
Don't they have a bandbox, I heard? Isn't it a small
it's like Yankee
stadium?
Stadium.
I think they have a
I don't
small.
know, but I remember texting my buddy Jordan, like, Wake Forest's field is beautiful. We're talking about all turf. The mound is black. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the
But
down
it's still weird to be out just because I grew up on grass fields and like the whole turf thing. So, Coach, the whole field is turf. The mound, the batter's box, everything around the bases, everything is all turf.
I'd like to see what the knee injury status is.
Nothing on the new turf.
No?
The new turf is great. The new turf, in many ways, is better than natural.
Except for the cancer.
Yeah, but that's why you don't. That's a misnomer. But still, we were talking about this earlier. There's all kinds of different product of how you build your turf field now. So there's organic fill. There's the
As the viewership goes to sleep.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So if you ever want, feel free to reach
Depending on
out.
what kind of composition you want.
Feel
If you
free,
need
feel
this, if
free,
you
feel
need this.
free to reach out to Small if you need any consultation on what are the best turf surfaces. I've installed a few in my day.
We're at 49 minutes right now.
Oh,
So roll it right into. You want to just keep it going? Let's just keep it. Yeah. PGA Live merger.
I'm going to stay out of this. I think it's repulsive what happened, but I'm going to let Coach more dial into this.
So there's so many open questions. Like, just take a big name alone. Tiger Woods was offered $1 billion by Liv.
800 million.
Oh, what, 800 million. And now all of a sudden, Jay Monahan, behind closed doors, didn't have any PGA players involved whatsoever, decides to merge. Like, that's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit.
They found out from like an email. There was like a memo sent out to them. Oh, thank you so much. That's how the PGA players found out. That there was a memo sent out to them of, hey, here's what's going on.
It is so egregious. I mean, Roy McIlroy's playing this week, and he's a top 10 guy. I don't know how the guy could think, because he was offered hundreds of millions of dollars, stood tall, said no, PGA Tour, we're going to stick with the tradition, all this stuff, and all of a sudden, we're going to merge without any consultation. Nothing. They just do it all because of money. Monahan says this whole big thing about civil rights and Saudi Arabia and all this stuff, and all of a sudden, they throw enough green at him, all that's forgiven.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought, honestly, the whole civil rights thing was a farce to begin with, because China's involved with the PGA Tour, just as much as anybody, and through Nike and stuff, and their civil rights are phenomenal, but no one mentions it. Like, civil rights is civil rights. It doesn't matter what country it's in. So
100%.
all of a sudden,
the hypocrisy is beyond belief, but all it shows you is greed.
Rick.
Oh, it's Franco, come on and say hi to the podcast. Come on, Julio. Come on and say hi to the podcast.
this is great Franco on the podcast.
No, you're not sitting down. You're a quick hello.
Podcast.
Hello, right there. Look up there. Say hi.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Tell me you were today.
I was
There
at
it is.
Nantasket Beach, and I went to Jake's Seafood for lunch. It was unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Now he's come down to check it out.
Come down and say hi to my buddies.
Keep the lovely Lisa company while we're finishing up.
Yes, I'll take care of real good of her. Don't worry about
Oh, watch it.
Oh boy, he's gonna hit it with the angry inch. So anyway,
Yeah, I don't know really what's gonna come of it. It's so weird. All of a
in
sudden,
my opinion, they
right before the U.S. Open, which obviously live players were allowed to play in majors, which I didn't agree with.
why? It's world ranking. And you know what? They accounted well for themselves in those tournaments. So they belong. So they're not run by the PGA. They're run by the Masters is private. The PGA is the PGA. But obviously the British Open is the British Open, and the U.S. Open is U.S. golf. It's like the PGA.
Yeah, but how are you determining your world?
Based on their performance.
Yeah, I understand it, but it's these PGA guys are playing harder courses than the live guys were.
Yeah, but the live guys had played. They all had a track record. And as proof, Brooks Koepka wins the PGA. He damn near won the Masters. I mean, the guy's probably the best player in the world.
Who?
It's
Right now he is.
It's tough because I don't like Brooks.
I don't care if you like him or not. He's good.
I just don't like the fact that Saudi Arabia is a bunch of scumbags,
With money.
and to get in bed with them, where they just said recently they're cutting down on oil production again.
Yeah, owes us.
It's like imagine imagine all you do is take the money because you don't care, but it's so disgusting how much outrageous money those scumbag princes have or whatever, and it's like you're gonna get in bed with them.
No, I understand, but I don't think that's in question. I don't think it has to do with live at all. I think this is all solely on Jay Monahan's shoulders.
In my opinion, they missed a big opportunity, because what they should have done was have Liv and the PGA be separate, or even the DP Tour be separate, and then have a massive playoff at the end.
Well, didn't they just come out 2 weeks ago and say that that's what they were going to do? They were going to have a PGA live
They should.
play tournament
To
thing.
me, that would have been an opportunity.
Oh,
But
PGA should have done was, you want to go live, go live. You're never playing here again.
Right.
Feel free.
Supposedly they did that.
No, they didn't do it.
But then they turned around.
That's
and said,
my point.
Take the money.
Yeah.
But how does that work now?
Now it's over.
So now they say they're going to pay a fine to come back and be a PGA Tour member, which I think is bullshit. So they're saying all the guys that went and come back to the PGA, they got to pay a fine. No, the PGA should pay a fine to all those guys that said no, that turned down money. That's where the fine should be, in my opinion.
Well, and where does the money that they paid the PGA go?
Well, who knows?
And plus, they're not paying it anyway.
Probably not.
Let's move on. I am glad it's
I
going
would have
to
loved it with a fly on the wall when Tiger and Rory found out. Their first phone call to Jay Monahan seemed like, what the fuck is this?
Right. Exactly.
I agree.
Don't worry about it. You're going to get more money than you would have got if you went to live. I hope those are the next words out of his mouth because that's the only thing that would make
Like,
sense.
can you imagine?
He
turning-
just that guy. Believe me, this was all crafted.
I agree.
Monahan had this crafted. So we're gonna hold out, and basically he held out, but he realized, no, it's like making an offer. Make it sweeter, put more money in my pockets. Don't worry about the players, and I'm in.
Yeah.
So
what I think what happened was with Koepka playing really well in the Masters and then winning the PGA, they were like, we have a better product, we have better players than you do. What are you gonna do?
Well, either way, I doubt he could kill us.
But
Very
I think
Koepka.
if a PGA guy won the PGA and the live guys didn't perform well, it wouldn't have been.
He didn't sign the original deal with them because he didn't get enough money off it to him. Then they broke the bank, and he said, "I'm not missing this." And he went on.
I don't know.
He's
If
a
that's the
business
case-
guy.
If that's the case, he should go to jail.
He's a scumbag. No doubt about it. All right, need a quick break.
Like, can you imagine?
I need a
being-
restroom break.
Can you
So
imagine being Tiger, only playing in 4, 5 tournaments a year, and passing up $800 million?
He doesn't need it.
I understand he doesn't need it, but like,
generation. I agree. Well, all right. I'm going to take a quick break right here. Doug will be back in 2.
All right. Hey, so we're here with Brendan, who's Jimmy's son. Jimmy spoke about him earlier. He's the man here at Gillis family. He runs the whole show. What do you like most about what you're doing here? What do you like?
I would say the staff here. It's really good atmosphere here. Staff gets along very well. Very lucky that for the old place we have a lot of the same staff. Same familiar faces. All the girls work very hard, as well as the guys. Especially got to give it up to the guys up in the kitchen. They work harder than anyone else.
Yeah, the food's fabulous.
And conditions no one wants to work in, and they do a phenomenal
Oh,
job.
just like a good boss, he's congratulating and praising his staff. I like that.
No, if you know the cooks, you're all done.
Right.
They do a great job. And the other thing is, what's nice about here, it's in most places now, from it, they're open a little later. You know, I'm a little bit of a late eater. Right?
No.
See me in here once in a while. And so it's, but it's nice. They typically stay open, I think, until probably kitchen closing around 10.
Yeah, well, most nights we close the kitchen at 10. I can guarantee from Tuesday through Saturday will be open 10. Sundays and Mondays sometimes it thins out a little bit. We get out of here a little bit earlier. But for the most part, you'll never see our kitchen closed before now. At the very, very earliest night.
Yeah, so it's awesome what those guys do to stay. Because, we've been down to Cape 80s a few times. They closing early. And people be coming in, wrapping up.
Well, we're closed.
Get over to Gillis's and hustle up and you try to get something. That's right.
Especially, I've been in the industry forever, with bartender forever. You get out at 8:45, 9 o'clock, you try to clean up, especially in some of the service industry. You want a place to go get food. You want to be that little spot for the other people in the service industry. They'll eat burger, stuff you can go over, those can get out with it. That's all give back to the service community. Like, there's so many restaurants, and everyone's so friendly. We all visit each other's places. It's a good little give back to, hey, you need food, I can guarantee you job for your server late nights coming in.
You having fun?
Lots of fun. Definitely a lot more responsibility owning your own place than just bartending right now. And especially.
Are you part of the nuts and bolts and all that stuff?
Yeah. I got my hand in pretty much everything. I'm here pretty much every day except Tuesday, and somehow I find myself in here on Tuesdays anyway.
But you like?
I love it. My mom owned a coffee shop when we were younger, so I started when I was 14 in the service industry, getting up at 5:30 in the morning, going to work, and going to school. I don't really know anything else anymore. I went to school for math. Not an office guy, never do it, never sit still. I remember I was working on State Street in Boston, just sitting in an office up on the 15th floor, just standing out the window. Like, I can't do this every day. It's not for me. So I went back to my serving rooms, started working at East Bay when I was 19, and was there for over 10 years before coming over here.
Wow. Great story.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Continued success.
Yeah, thank you guys. And everyone listen to Big and Small Podcast. Bye guys, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, golf league.
Golf league, so we have a triple carryover this week. The birdies, which means the birdie pool's going to be over 300. We have a carryover on the pole. So that right now is over 100, 120, plus whatever this week is. So, I mean, so you probably have a $200 quarter pool, over 300 in birdie pool. And my son Patrick, who has birdied the second hole 3 weeks in a row, will not be playing this week.
Oh,
because it's got to work. It's got to work.
And change this year, Phil. Except it looks like rain right now.
I will not be playing either. You know that new driver I bought? Still in the plastic. Haven't hit it yet.
Well, Dougie's wife will be hopefully giving birth on Tuesday.
I hope so. I hope so.
I have a Tuesday night. That's what I put on. I sent you guys. I mean, it's Tuesday night.
Oh, it was yeah. Yeah, I think
There's
that last
one
Tuesday.
baby out ready to go. Them doing well. We're going to get the podcast next week.
You know what's funny? Because Dougie's come out of the gate saying, "Oh yeah, podcast, golf league, yeah, I'm all set." And I'm thinking like, you're not all set. It's a tiny baby.
This little window.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
He is. He's a great man.
He's
He's a great
bouncing
man.
around town with the boys.
And God love April, but this little human comes into your life, everything changes, kids.
That's what everybody says. But like I was told, Coach Riley asked me if I was nervous, but I don't think I've had the opportunity to get nervous. I'm still going to work every day. My routine hasn't changed. April has been working from home the past 2.5 weeks. So all she's been able to do is just sit in the house and just think about every single thing.
Well, we have a little 7-pound
Plus, she's doing all the
human. It's gonna like dominate your life.
Yeah. So we went in. We had to do an ultrasound on Friday, and the baby's like 8 pounds, 6 ounces, something like that right now.
Oh God, she wants to have a natural baby.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Let's hope that don't work. We got this thing done.
I hope so.
So next time we're live, we're going to have
We have a new listener.
I should be a father at that.
Go on with the baby. And,
Yes, it'll be
good.
good.
With the LPP and maybe the lovely Lisa, it would be kind of funny.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be good.
Little family atmosphere.
Like
Nice. All right, so we did golf league. Let's roll this into the top 3, shall we? So we're gonna go the top 3 NHL fighters of all time.
All right.
Kind of a specified list, but you know we can come up with 9 guys.
I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come out of the gate. 70s. 70s. Toughest guy when I was growing up. Toughest guy I ever saw. Played for the Philadelphia Fly. You know what I'm saying? Schultz. Dave Schultz. Dave Schultz. The guy was nuts. He actually challenged an entire bench one time. He's like, "Let's go, everybody." He was tough. That was back when the NHL was the NHL.
The NHL was good from what Yeah, no, he was a killer.
What?
I think that's when the movie Slapshot. He's actually killed.
No kid.
Yeah. I think that's kind of
Well, I didn't know. That I didn't know.
It's not bad hockey, but it is.
I mean, back then, the fighters were like that. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say right now.
Who I can say? Yeah. The greatest all-time guy to watch in like
Here we go.
is far away.
Steve, I know John. Steve Jonathan was,
It's like my son.
Indian heritage, right? Indian heritage. He was
Good player,
nuts.
too.
He was nuts. That guy was nuts.
Not
Dougie,
fight anybody.
you got anybody? Dougie said before, Dougie Simon, because they don't fight anymore. You're going to say, what's his name?
Well, I love Steve Jonathan fights a legend. When he came up, when he beat out and then he Jill's Lupian. Remember
He was, yeah. Steve Jonathan was literally his
No,
size.
he would just come off. He was thick. He was thick. His hands were huge. He just pummeled people. The Bruins were actually the big bad Bruins. Because they were nasty.
All right, so you want to talk about Big Bad Bruins? Can't we leave?
Great, but they've been bad rules, but it's not great. Yeah. They can do it all. I mean, he beat the shit out of you and scored 3 goals.
Do you think the Canucks kicked themselves in the ass after that trade?
That's one of the worst trades I've seen.
But it's a shame what happened with his career. Really.
Oh, friends, yeah.
Because he had that dislocation of the thigh, because it was a leg trick.
Yeah.
Cheap shot, really.
But it was a good fight.
And cheap shot. It was, Cam really did it all. He was probably over, number one, he was probably the most feared player in the league. And 50 goals. That's unbelievable.
He was.
Nobody.
I mean, a guy that was close, similar, when he was at the height of his game was Lucian. He's similar.
Yeah.
He couldn't score like him, but he was a similar player.
No one wanted to fight.
Right. Similar player.
No, but yeah, that's a good one. I
like it. Another old school guy, but just tough as nails and a good player, very good player. Several round.
Okay.
Several round, it was tough.
He'd go with anybody.
Anybody.
He could continue to beat him too, because Gillis used to beat them. When he was in his career, and then being those good. That's how the Bruins were so good then. People don't realize they just a corner of the hump because they just all the time they were consistently really good. They went into after they kept losing the dynasty after dynasty. They went to the Canadians dynasty, to the Islanders dynasty, to Edmonton Oilers dynasty, to the Pittsburgh Penguins dynasty. They didn't get it right. If those teams played like today, they would have had 5 cups in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
It's totally different. Right. But yeah, he continues. He was tough on those players. And,
the whole team.
But those series with the Islanders, when they were loaded with big Boston and everybody, him and Gillis would go every game. It was unbelievable. That one, man. But they had men were men. It worked. But I ain't throwing another Bruin in. It's because Coach said about charging the bench, and it's one of the greatest scenes of all time. John Winston. Unbelievable. It's been right on his man. The guys were like leaving the bench to run into the locker room. That's how bad he was. Never mind, like Jonathan was on that team. O'Reilly was on that team.
Milbury.
Man, three guys, it was crazy.
What's his name?
Like 10 guys that could go.
The wingman, Cashman. Cashman was tough.
Oh, especially they were really big in that.
Cashman was tough. He was a tough dude. He was fight. The only one that could fight was, but even what's his name? The guy that became the announcer later on, the bad hip. He took the $1 million contract, first $1 million contract.
Oh, that's He was toughest. Great guy too, by the way. Derek says I'm very short. I do. Terrence and another friend of ours who was Derek was one of his clients. Asked if we wanted to go to Stockyard for him. Told him. Well, that was a pretty interesting conversation. Oh, we don't. Yeah, running to Stockyard. He's going to fill out alcohol. I know that. We have a drink. Oh my God, for years. Bobby Orr said it was right. Oh. So, Sean, Bobby Orr is one of Sean Riegels' clients.
Yeah.
And so, Bobby seeing their players, and then Derek said, got all the money. He went, he turned into such a bad alcohol and drug related stuff. He was found sleeping in the Boston Common, in the Boston Public Library, underneath Natural Care Reception. He was all done. Bobby Orr said, I'll give you a lot. This was later in their curriculum. They played for, I don't think Bobby was playing there. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. And said, here's the deal. I'll help you, but this is what we're going to do. And Derek Sanderson will say to anybody, anytime, Bobby was here this life.
Wow.
And he went on to have a successful announcing career and lives a great life and kept his health, etc. Yeah. Awesome story. Thank you.
So, I have a lot of respect for guys who could fight, but could also perform on the ice. Not just a goon you kind of put into a fight. Mr. Hockey,
Gordie Howe.
Yeah, he's like the not that Neely wasn't an unbelievable player, but he's like the Neely on steroids. That's how
He did it for 40 years.
He's got a hat trick named after him, right? Because then you score a goal, have an assist, and get in a fight all in the same game.
This next guy in Alaska, I actually met. He's a neighbor of a friend of my wife that lives on the Cape. He's their neighbor. And first time I met him, he walked in the house. It wasn't his house. He walked in the house. Sat in the kitchen, looked at me and said, "Who the fuck are you?" First time I ever met him, said a word. Jay Milch. That guy, he's nut job. But then I got to know him pretty well, and he told me the whole story about how he was at UNA, how he ended up with the Bulls, and really cool story. Yeah.
He grew up in Navy.
Yeah, Dick Randy. Yeah, he married a girl from him. Yeah, he's a really good dude. Really good dude. All the rest of them down there in Falmouth.
I haven't met him, but I heard good things. One of my good friends from college, I played college ball, was over
The first words he ever said to me is, "Who the fuck are you?"
Well, another local guy, that was a couple local guys. I'm not going to go into detail, but Chris Diamond was a Gillis.
Yeah.
Canadians in South Korea. And he was a local kid. And I have to throw a shout out to Paul Stewart, who coaches had the pleasure of playing golf with. Paul invited me and I brought Coach and Brian Nolan down to Hyannis, probably the best course I've ever played.
One of the best days on the golf course I ever had.
Paul for a long time, so people don't realize everybody thinks Paul Stewart is just the Hall of Fame NHL referee. He had a long time career. He was primarily with the Northeast, but he wrote a book, and it's funny that Coach brought Terry O'Reilly, and on the cover of the book it said, the name of the book is You Wanna Go, and it's him in a fight with O'Reilly. And he's got some unbelievable stories to tell us. That one time, those Bruins teams we were talking about, he fought 4 different Bruins in a preseason game. Crazy. It was preseason. So he had something like in his entire NHL career, like 1 goal.
Terry O'Reilly.
Oh, that was my client. That's Lisa. That's who the offer was just accepted today. Yeah, beautiful. So we just had an offer accepted. Just so you know, don't forget. I am still.
Don't forget, Ricky Forrester.
I'm still Ricky the Realtor.
Yeah, Ricky the Realtor.
We just got a deal signed today. We got listing coming on this weekend down in Plymouth, and things are moving and shaking. A little happy hour coming up Thursday. Invited the crew. I didn't put Dougie on the list because I figured he'd be preoccupied.
Might be.
So in my office,
If you don't, it's
Holding it down at Ben Israel.
so I'm looking forward to that. We got a nice bar coming in, and we had some appetizers going. It should be nice. Hopefully it's a nice afternoon.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, a few laughs.
Yeah, so Paul Stewart, though, in his book, Terry O'Reilly wrote the forward.
He did.
Yeah.
And Paul Stewart, he's a Boston kid. But he went to the Groton School.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Oh, the ISL prep school. Not known much for like tough kids. And so he's actually, at the same time, a very well-educated man.
Yeah, he is. Well,
So Paul, I'll be sending you this broadcast because I'm looking forward to playing Hyannisport again this summer.
but another little known fact with him
The
was
podcast is looking forward to playing.
listen to this. He was telling us a story about the KHL had a big scandal about their referees being, on the tape, and it was being a real big problem. They actually had him come over and fix the entire referee for the KHL in Russia. They had him come over and fix it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah. Like to the Kremlin and all that shit.
So he's got a lot of tails. I'll tell you one thing. Get ready.
He's met Gorbachev,
They got like a coach and low and they just both love listening to
Oh
the
my
bodyguard.
Every holy story. Unbelievable.
Luckily, it was a gorgeous day. It was an awesome course.
Yeah.
But it was the longest round I think I've ever played in my
I
life.
shot 82.
Without anybody in front of me.
And he brought his own beer.
All right, your third one.
That was it.
You're
Oh, you already said it?
Paul Scoop was over there.
Oh, right. Yeah, love it.
Who would you least like to get in a fight with? Milan Lucic or Sean Gordon? Yeah.
Lucic was a better player, but Gordon was tough as nails. I loved him. For modern day, that's the last hour.
Either one of those are real goals.
Neither one. Neither one. I don't want to fight either one.
I don't think I've ever seen Lucic get the one that moved me with Gordon was, if you remember, when the Bruins were absolutely loaded, they won like a million games in a row, and they were beating people up. That's what still happening now. Lucic, they just won the cup.
Yeah.
And then they won everybody next year, if you remember. And remember when the Buffalo Angels brought up that one game?
Oh, the
Brandon Day.
Yeah.
The guy was like 6'7", huge, and he just came up to fight.
Right.
And he beat them playing out of court. And the Bruins never recovered.
Really?
They still won during the regular season, but they never made it on. They got on that whole second round. And somehow it was like they got. It was weird. They were basketball or something. They were just rolling people, beating up people, and all that. But Sean Gordon, he was also that was the back end of his career a little bit.
Yeah.
And but that Brad May, he never lost anybody, but he couldn't play. So he was an absolute physical freak.
Yeah, it was.
Your boy Frank.
So yeah. So anyway, but that was a good topic. I could come up with about a dozen more. But
Yeah, it was good. So another one of the books, kid. How we doing on time, then?
20 minutes.
So we're well over an hour again.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that was good. I just want to thank Gillis. I want to thank. Oh, come on in. Come on in. No. Say hi. No. Just say hi. Hi. That's Rich. That's Jimmy's father-in-law. Great guy. Often see him out and about in the front of restaurants. And just want to thank Gillis Tavern for having us.
Great venue, great food. Awesome segment with Jimmy.
Yes.
I thought that was great.
100%.
And his son Brandon was tremendous, does a really good job here. And he's right, the staff's great.
But Donnie, great job as always, buddy. Good luck with K3.
We'll see everybody next week.
Let's get it done.
We're going to have a new listener next week.
That's right.